It's all burgundy and gold, everything with the urban sports scene on Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. Wole and Ray are your hosts. Mo and Glenn are out. It's the Washington football team post show. The Washington football team defeated the Las Vegas Raiders 17-15. What's good, Ray G?
Listen, brother, this 4-game winning streak has been crazy. You know what's wild is I have not picked Washington in none of these games, and they are winning. I'm just going to keep picking against them so this trend can keep going. I mean, luck is on their side right now because Taylor Heinicke should have been picked off twice in this game. The last one should have ended the game. But you know what?
It's always
the games you need to make that push. Every year I say it. Just get into the dance. Right now, they dancing, brother.
You ain't lying. You're right, man. I mean, he gets some lucky ones, bro. He gets
sometimes
some lucky ones. Hands down. I mean, hey, you're right. You're right, man. You can find this show on the Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia's Facebook and YouTube page, and on Twitter at 1340 AM Fox. It will also be on our Urban Sports Scene Twitter feed at Urban Sports Scene and on our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. You can comment and tweet about the show right there. All right, let's get right into it, Ray. Again, Washington beat 17-15. Going through that game, what were your initial thoughts?
Man, Washington is such an interesting team to watch and to analyze because in the first half, just like against Seattle, domination. Statistically, you're controlling the game, you're controlling the time of possession, yet you only have a small lead. You're going to have leading 7-3. Of course, last week was tied 9-9. And what I was focusing on is how does Scott Turner have this team moving the ball on first down? For the game, the Washington football team had 8 total drives, 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. You have 14 first down plays in the first half. You average 5.2 yards per first down in the first half, which means for the next 2 downs on each drive, you only need less than 5 yards to get a first down. That should be good for your football team, right? Because what you were putting on Twitter was we need to have third and manageables, third and shorts. That's what we need to see in order to have success on these drives and sustain them. But yet, even though they're having this success on first down, which can be a little deceiving because they had some negative plays at the end of the half. They had 2 3-yard losses on first down plays to end the half, and then they had gashing plays to start the game. Antonio Gibson, 22 yards just to start the game on the ground. And then the second half, of course, I think it was Logan Thomas that got a 35-yarder late in that second half on first down, which boosted your stats a bit. But still, for the game, 5.9 yards on average on first down. Again, that means the next 2 downs, you only need about 4 yards to get a first down. So that, to me, that says you're doing well to start the drive off. But what happens after that hinders you from scoring more points? Because I like the fact that they're winning games. This is what you have to do. However, you have to improve as you move into the division. So I like the fact, again, that they ran the ball. We continue to preach that. And then on first down, they set the tone. However, they got to cash in.
Yeah, I think to me, the first drive was dope. On the first drive, 7. So they got 7 on the first. They were effective in this game in the red zone, which typically hasn't happened for this team throughout this season. The Raiders are one of the most porous red zone defenses in the NFL, period, anyway. But, they did some things. I thought that, in my opinion, I wrote some notes down here. I thought Scott Turner kind of went back to some of the things he did in the past. Was getting too cute in terms of his play calling. I saw that Gibson was really effective, to me, playing that physical style of running the football by going downhill. You saw a lot of things being and and then you plays got negative. There were negative plays, or try to get cute with ball off. I say on one of the plays was to Curtis Samuel where it was a loss. So that instead of just going for what's worked for you throughout this three game winning streak prior to the 4-game winning streak, you went a different route where back to something that you went prior. But you mixed up what you did a little bit in this winning streak, right? The whole game plan to winning streaks to win the time possession. They did so. They run the football more in position, trying to hold football a little bit longer so that that's off the field. But also in terms of the calling, you were a little bit too finesse for me. I didn't like the finesse aspect of it. And even initially, even though they were up 7 for most of the game, I felt like he was going back to, hey, let cook. It was like let cook. You know what I'm saying? And it was more. It was. And I was like, I wasn't a fan of that. Like, I think you kept playing that physical style of football throughout. I felt like in that fourth quarter, the Raiders would have got more tired, but you didn't really do that. Like, you weren't really beat them up. You were trying to think of balance. You weren't trying to beat them up. If you had tried to beat them up, I feel like in the fourth quarter, probably their defense would have tired out.
I love on the broadcast how Greg Olson pointed out. I believe it was Greg Olson, and maybe it's because that's the only person I can remember right now, to be honest. But he said that the Washington coaching staff has been telling Antonio Gibson, use your size to be physical. And Antonio Gibson is running now just with a purpose. He has been for weeks now, ever since the Carolina game where he was benched. We discussed that weeks ago. And you have to definitely ride this hot streak because McKissick is out. And, of course, Logan Thomas now banged up. Schweitzer's out. You got injuries in important positions on your offense. You want to make sure that you can take advantage of every opportunity on the ground to keep that clock running and to keep that defense, which is playing well, dialing up good blitzes. Keep that offense on the field. Take pressure off of Heineke. Definitely.
Yeah, I definitely. But you mentioned McKissick. I think he was definitely missed in this game.
What?
You tell this he's a back that this offense and the coaching staff just trust. You got to a point where they didn't want to feed. You could tell they didn't want to. They didn't want to feed. They didn't want to feed. Gibson all the carries or most of the like they threw the ball a little bit more. Sometimes in that game, I felt like if McKissick was there, they probably would have ran the football a little bit more. They would be more effective. But you could tell they missed, especially in the pass game, run game. There's so much that he does for this football team for making plays, and you could tell he was definitely missed. Also, on the flip side, the importance of a Logan Thomas before the injury. You saw it, like on that touchdown pass was horrible. He was wide open. He made some of the plays he made. Getting his hands on the ball. Like, again, his importance. Some of that the big play on the sideline. He made he made so many plays in this Raiders game. Glenn just hit us up on a comment, said JD was missing. Yeah, that's something that's really, like, people don't notice. They look at McKissick as the small back, but truth be told, he gets a lot of short yard football. He knows how to find the holes and finds a way to wiggle through to get it. It's like everybody's talked about Jared Patterson. Jared Patterson compliment, and I've been on a Jared Patterson bandwagon. But I will say this much: keep it up. Gibson is like than Patterson. It is. You see a difference in terms of how Gibson explodes to the hole and gets yardage. Whatever reason it is, he hesitates a lot. He just doesn't use his vision. It takes the one cut and go. I think that he would be better suited because he's not fast enough to really hit the outside. And you see at times he tries to hit the outside. He would be better suited just doing what he did in preseason. But I don't think he has been overly effective. So I can see why the usage rate for him could kind of go on the downward side of things. But I still would a football team try to run the football a lot more, knowing that, again, this is work for you. I mean, you got Smallwood, on your roster. You might utilize more in the running game because, again, running football and then play action off of that has really helped this team win football games. When you're trying to get, when you're trying to have Heineke, do it on his own merit, that's when the struggles come to play. I know his arm got hit, but you don't want to put him when he threw that big interception. But you only want to put him in that situation.
No, sir. Because, of course, if you turn the ball over, you hurt your defense, which has been playing well. Again, finally, it seems like, as you mentioned weeks ago, with these injuries to your top players, are we going to see more blitzes? We're seeing that. We also seen Jamin Davis today continue to take a step forward in terms of his development as a rookie and the speed he showed on that screen pass. Not many middle linebackers.
That big play. That's a big play.
Because if he doesn't get that tackle, we could be looking at a big Raiders gain on that play, which who knows what would have resulted in that drive, whether it been a touchdown. So Jamin Davis played his heart out. Cole Hogan played well too. I felt like that flag was horrible. I
thought he played great. I thought he was the best.
I'm frustrated with NFL officiating, just in general, across the board, man.
It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, because the Raiders got what's his name? Crosby got ripped for that. Yeah, Crosby got ripped for that that personal foul. Yeah, bro. I wrote in my notes here too, and I actually wrote about you. It's funny how you mentioned about Jamin Davis. I mean, I was gonna be critical. I thought this may have been one of his worst games, right? Because I thought he
Really?
missed so many tackles. But you're right.
Well, I think as a
Oh,
group
Jamin
they
Davis
missed
missed
tackles
so
as
many tackles one on
they
one.
missed tackles as a group. I think
Oh no,
as a
he missed
whole.
some. They isolated. They missed some tackles, especially on the second. He missed a lot. He missed most of the tackles. Like real talk. Like I even wrote it down. Like they would get him on the flat. He would 1-on-1. He get 1-on-1 with wide receiver. 1-on-1 with running back. He would miss the initial tackle
I mean, Renfro is
consistently.
hard to
He got
tackle one
some. He
on
would get some.
one. He got shook on one play.
It wasn't just Renfro. It just. I know it just wasn't him.
I'm just talking about that one play.
It wasn't Renfro. It was everybody. He was getting shook by everybody. Yeah, I'm just talking about he was by multiple people. This is just one. It was multiple people. Jones had shook him. But and he would make contact. He just couldn't bring him down. It wasn't like he got shook. He wrapped. He didn't wrap up. So there's something he needs to improvement. He definitely needs improvement. But to your point, Ray, that play was big, was huge. Like that's because you said, that could have been a touchdown. We could be talking about something totally different. So I'm glad the young dude kind of like quieted the noise and he didn't let what he did prior get to him to make a play like that. Because to me, that like I'm with you. Like people, because I saw it on Twitter, like the Jamin Davis missing a lot of tackles, but that play erases everything.
You know why? Because he's on the field. All the stuff that we were preaching to start the season. Let your players get experience. Your young players get experience. Run the football. Blitz. Change your scheme on defense. All of what we've been asking for, we've been seeing. And the interior line of Washington's defense has just continued to ball. Ioannidis had an excellent game. Again, I like Cole Hogan's game. I didn't like the pass interference call on him. I thought that the ball was too high on that play. So if you take away the penalties, this game is a much lower scoring game, and I still think Washington's ahead slightly. I just hope that moving forward they can clean up some execution issues on offense, and then you won't even have to sweat it out. Like these games are difficult to watch if you're watching a football fan because you're not sure is the game over. Even when the Raiders get the ball back, then I seen somebody post on Twitter, I can't watch. I'm like, wow, like this defense is playing that well, and yet you're still not confident. So I think,
dude, I couldn't watch.
But you know what's important though? The guys on the team are confident, and they love.
Dude, I couldn't watch.
They love the way Taylor Heinicke competes. Again, he could have took a sack on that one big play in the second half, and he didn't. If he did, we'd have been looking at a totally different starting position for the Raiders on that next drive. So Taylor Heinicke, even when he doesn't play the best, because he threw a lot of high passes, I saw all you guys' criticism of him today that he misses high so often, and he's gifted that nobody has picked him off multiple times in some of these wins. But again, he competes. He makes some big plays at the right moments with his legs. And like you said, just check down. Just make the simple play. And I think he does that. It's annoying to watch because going back to the Jason Campbell days, I ain't trying to troll you for real, but Washington has struggled to go down.
Go ahead, Ray, do it.
I'm not gonna troll you, but I think it was again Greg Olsen on the broadcast who said we got to see some plays downfield. You know, everything under 10 yards, eventually that's not going to merit you points, and that's true. So regardless, though, we're talking about a W.
Yeah.
It's a W in that column, and right now you're in a position that you want to be in heading into your division games, the media division games, which is going to be fun to watch. So fun to watch because you got a Philly team that's playing well defensively, and Dallas, of course, offensive. They're a juggernaut, and the Giants they always compete too.
The Cowboys next. Cowboys should be next. The Cowboys are next. But I'm gonna get right to it. Something that you talked about. You know, they next. Everybody, we'll talk about that. We're gonna have some other folks. We're gonna have some folks on for the Cowboys for that Cowboys game. But let's go back to the game before. You know, it's 17-15. The Raiders are up. Right. The Washington's driving. It's 4th and 1. Right. You got a new fresh kicker. What were you thinking? Were you thinking go for it? Were you in favor of that, or were you like, kick it, see what the kicker has to do?
I was in favor of kicking, but knowing Ron, I was like, man, he's going for this. I just believed it. I believed that he was going to go for it and drain the clock even more to where the Raiders couldn't get the ball back. I thought he was going to do it, but he made the smart move and he trusted his kicker. And again, it goes back to earlier decision making for me. I'm sorry to keep going back, but this is some of the stuff he could have been doing. But anyway, they did it today. But I would have been okay either way, to be honest. I would have been okay either way.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was like, go for it. I didn't trust the kicker. I was like, go for it. I was like, go for it, get the 1 yard. It was like real short, and I thought the spot was kind of iffy anyway. But I was like, go for it, and then drain the clock some more and get closer. Like I don't. That's a 48. I don't trust no Washington kicker with a 48-yard field goal. None. So I'm like, hey, get to the 30. If you get to the 30, that's a whole different beast.
George is high on life right now. He got the Ric Flair working over here, and he's talking playoffs. See, I told you a couple weeks ago, you beat the Raiders, you get to 6-6, we can start talking playoffs for real.
But what place now? What did I say though? I didn't say it like the Raiders. I told you the game I want, and we can talk about it. We can entertain it.
The Dallas game, yeah, you did say that.
The Cowboys games for me.
Yeah, we'll get there.
You right know
and Glenn, I agree with you, man. The Ravens when they won that Super Bowl, ball control, 10-yard plays, but their defense was dominant. Glenn, come on, man, this defense is not the Ravens. So I don't know if I
they weren't, but they're not giving up. You know what? They're not the Ravens, but they're giving up limited points. Like I said, like the way they're playing football, like it's the truth, right? Look at the way they give in today's football. They giving up 15. How much did this? All right, Ray. How much did this team? Let's be real. How much did this? Oh, let's put this way. And this is what I was talking to fans on Twitter. They were like losing their brains about why is this game even close? This Raiders team just beat the Dallas Cowboys, put 30 plus on the Dallas Cowboys. Washington's come on they come off a short work week. Raiders are fresh. They're on a longer work week. Like they had the rest. No, so I'm like, bruh, basically like they fresher than you, and you are in the game. You dominated most of the game. Hey Ray, come on, bro.
No.
We work out. We know it is. If somebody's fresh in the game.
I said to start the season, they should win like the Ravens. And Big Doug was the first one to respond, not today's NFL. It won't work. However,
I know. We know this.
If it's the Ravens defense we're watching.
I say the Ravens defense. I said
that. Glenn was making a comparison. And I said, no, this is not the Ravens defense, so you can't necessarily say that. However, if this the Ravens defense, right, are you closing your eyes? I can't watch. No, you know the Ravens defense will get the stop. But Washington, you cannot predict what's going to happen with them.
Oh, no. I was talking about the offense. I wasn't talking about...
No blown coverages.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. I mean, only because you can't even catch a Hail Murray. That's the only reason. Like, folks can't even defend a Hail Murray. That's why I was concerned. It didn't have to do anything about...
Across the board. Last week, just nearly an onside kick was converted.
Yeah, exactly. That's nothing to do with the defense. That's just other stuff that just fluke for this Washington football team. They just let fluke stuff happen.
Look like the Ravens just took
like you could never really be comfortable as a Washington fan. But we're not about today's race defense. We're talking about back in the day.
And that's today. But still, you're right in the sense that they have not surrendered a lot of points, and again, that's kept them in ball games. This is what we were expecting to start the season. You knew the offense necessarily wasn't going to be scoring 25, 30 points. However, you knew the defense was going to be strong and stout and was going to give the opportunity to win games and to be competitive. And that's all you can ask for. So it's good to see it come together. It's crazy how Coach Rivera this is his trend. His teams, they come on late every season. It'd be nice, though, to get off to strong starts. And you know what's also dope? Washington getting off to early leads, even though it's necessarily small or it's not necessarily sustainable, right?
Small.
But hey, you have 7-0.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season, it was like each team they play against march down, score, and they're coming from behind.
Easy money. So. Easy money. Like it was easy money. It just, again, it goes back to
defense. Everybody was on Twitter. I saw that. I feel like Carr missed a throw there, but hey, again, this is what you need to get the W's in order to position yourself to have an opportunity to compete for a championship.
You're doing everything you need to do. You're not beating yourselves other than the interception. You're not really beating yourselves. You're making the other team make plays. And I guess you can say that the Raiders made a play because they did hit his arm. So what you're doing is you're not like really beating yourself in these games. So that's what's kind of helping this team, win football games, right? I mean, they're not good enough to just flat out outscore you or, their defense isn't good enough to be on the football field for like a bunch of series, right? They're not good enough. Now everything is worked together. Like your special teams isn't good enough. Your team's not good enough to overcome bad special teams play. But so special teams play has been better. Defense hasn't been, giving up. Like you said, haven't been giving up big plays. Offensively, they've been keeping the ball.
George, man, you got to jump in on camera one of these days, brother. What's FedEx looking like this coming week? 4-game winning streak in the playoffs. We
Oh,
at 500.
Dallas.
Dallas coming to town. If you win this
Oh
game, of
man.
course, you gain ground in the division. What's FedEx looking like? Are we finally going to see a full stadium come this Sunday? Are we ready to go here yet?
Oh yeah, you talking about? Yeah, you think it's gonna be crowded? You really? You think that? You think so?
I
It
don't
should
like
be.
it.
It'll be.
Oh, is it gonna be crowded? I don't like.
You
Come
ready?
on, Wole. Let's go. This is what you've been waiting for, bro. What's going
Man, I
on?
want. Look, man. Look, bro. Look, just keep it a buck, man. I need them. Like they playing good football, bro. So I'm not going to lie to you. They're playing good football, but I can't trust the fan base, bro. I don't know. This is the game. They should be crowded. Everybody, it should be packed. It should be more Washington fans than Cowboy fans in this game. But I don't know. You don't know what to expect. This team is not just won 4 in a row. They're playing the hated Dallas Cowboys. If folks don't show out for this game, they ain't showing out for no games. Like, it don't even matter. Maybe everything everybody else has been saying about the owners, this, that, and the other is true. Because if you ain't coming out for this game, they just won 6. They now 6-6, now 500. After when everybody had them for dead, they're 500, having an opportunity if they flukily win out can win the division. Like, you win this game.
Don't say fluke.
I'm not fluke. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what we were talking about in the beginning of the season, like how it was looking. Bro. Now they to a point. Not to say that with how they're playing now. To me, if we're looking at this sample size, they've been the best team in NFC East. Like the way they're playing football, and look at the people they've knocked out to get to this point. Like hey. They playing the best football in NFC East. They have enough. If they can win,
my bad.
Go ahead, Ray.
No, go ahead.
Bro. If they can win this.
George just pointed out that they're in the 6th seed now because with the 49ers lost.
Yeah, 49ers in the 6th seed. So they're now even getting closer and closer within, like, making it on their own merit just by getting the spot. But even that, I'm just saying, like, if fans don't show out for this game, it's a problem, man. Okay, George. What's up, George?
Yeah, George.
Gentlemen.
Yeah.
I just wish they would just win a game like a normal team, because they should never have been this dramatic. But whatever. If you'd have told me a month ago that they were going to win 4 in a row after the bye, I'd have had you locked up. I'd have had you put away. Because come on, they were 2-6 and going nowhere. This turnaround it's not quite 2012 yet, but it's not far off. Because at least even at 3-6 in 2012, I still thought they were a chance. I thought they were no chance at 2-6, 0. So this is a remarkable turnaround. All the staff deserves a lot of credit. Antonio Gibson. He is running like that second half after he fumbled it against Tampa. He's been running like that ever since. I absolutely love Antonio Gibson and what he's doing. And they're finally using him in the passing game. How long? Why is that taking so dadgum long? But we're in such great position. 3 wins gets us in the playoffs, because the rest of them teams that are behind us that are 5 and 7, they are garbage. They are garbage. Not one of them. I will say it right now. Not a one of them's winning 4 out of 5. And that's it. That's what they got to do to tie us if Washington gets 3 wins. And not a one of them's winning 4 out of 5. So 3 wins, and it's an absolute certainty there in the playoffs. And then, with the division, we'll see about it. I mean, Heineke has got to be better than what he was today if they're going to have any chance against Dallas. Them high passes. I am so tired of them high passes because he's going to get our receivers killed. And I can't stand it. Like Logan Thomas, that catch in the end zone. I'm amazed he didn't get hurt doing that. That was a great catch. And of course, losing him to another injury.
That's Josh Doxson-esque.
Yeah, it was. It was Josh Doxson. Golly, Moses. But seriously, Heineke and that interception. I mean, Heineke, you gotta play within yourself. You don't have that kind of arm. You gotta be in control of yourself here. And it's the only thing that's annoying me is I got my cousin and so many other people saying, "Oh, you believe in Heineke now?" Not really. But look, we're playing the hand we're dealt here, and this is the hand we're dealt. But this is the best position we've been in terms of tiebreakers that I can ever remember. And if they don't make the playoffs, they will have messed this up, and they will have let their rivals stop them. And there's nothing worse than letting your rivals keep you out of the playoffs.
Ooh. I like that comparison though. Comparing it to 2012, like what run was better? You're right though, and I'm trying to go back and to think about it because even 2012, when they made that run, you still had faith. You had hope because the quarter, because it's the way everything was and how everything was situated. Your offense was a little impulsive. I know in that game, maybe they can go on a run. This is like you're right. There was this team in terms of that situation. Everybody had them dead in the water. I had it dead in the water. I keep it a buck. I didn't think it would even get to this point because the way they were just playing football and just it was terrible football to me. It was just terrible, man. I ain't gonna lie, it was just terrible football. But now they're playing at a high level. They got they got some divisional games. The Cowboys are they're a quality team. I'm not gonna take anything away from the Cowboys. They're a quality team. But you got some games, with the Eagles and the Giants. They're division foes, but they're very winnable games. Like they are very winnable games. Again, I said this before. If you're the Washington football team, you're Coach Rivera. You beat Tom Brady already. So any team that's left on the schedule, you shouldn't be scared of. Like you shouldn't see the Dallas Cowboys and look like, okay, wow, they're unbeatable. Nah, because now you're gonna look at the Raiders game and say, all right, they gave y'all 30. Like they gave you 30. Oh, we can compete with you guys. So it's a bunch of, to me, when you're playing the Cowboys, you should be more confident into that game because now you got a lot of momentum at home. I'm not giving no guaranteed W's, Rick. I see you cheesing. I'm not giving no guaranteed W's or whatnot. But I'm just saying, like, if you're the coaching staff, you're the players, that's how you got to communicate it. Like you got to. All right.
And the Cowboys are getting a little ahead of themselves, too. They're all chesty about Thursday night when they got to play a Make-A-Wish quarterback who shouldn't be a quarterback in this league. And I know Heineke ain't great. He ain't no Taysom Hill. He's actually somebody that has shown at least a little something in this league. That Cowboys team can be got at. Derek Carr went up and down the field against them, and Washington basically did a job on him today. He had 38 passes, only 250 yards. That's actually pretty bad for a quarterback to get those kind of numbers. So I feel like we've got something for him. We just can't shoot ourselves in the foot like we do, and we got it. And the quarterback's got to play within himself. That's the key.
So should. No, what you wanted to say, man? You got something you want to say, right?
Oh no,
Go
I didn't. I just was agreeing. I'm just looking forward to the atmosphere this coming Sunday. That's all. Glenn is saying no. So Cowboy fans gonna pack that stadium out.
I think so too. That's what I'm saying. Like I think they will, bro. I don't think there's that. Okay, I guess this is the thing about that game. All right, for instance, like in 2012, right, like the Cowboys were a good team in 20. They were decent. They were 9-6 at the time before. They were 9-6 before Washington, or 9-7 when Washington, or 8-7 Washington played them in that last game at FedEx. But the reason why Washington's fan base, the Washington fans were out there with outcry, was probably because of number 10.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably because of number 10. Like real talk. Like number 10 had brought so much star power to that squad, and everybody believed in number 10. So it made it to a point where he packed that house. Like number 10 packed that house. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a yeah. Oh, he a sucker. But because like on this squad there isn't a player, like everything's like they're a team, and that's dope. Like they're a real team. But could you say there's that star that's going to sell out FedEx? Do they have the star? No, right? Do they have that star? No, Ray, don't do that. Do they have that star to sell out that everybody relates to? That's not polarizing. No, that's not. Sorry, that's not polarizing, sir. I'm sorry. Everybody can jump on the bandwagon and say, "I believe in this individual to take us to the spot." So I don't know. You know what I mean? Like maybe if Chase was there, maybe you could rock with Chase and say and go that route. But I just don't trust Washington fans right now. No, he's great. No, again, he's a hard worker. We talking about spotlight stars though. Like in terms of media attention, scary guy, but it ain't like a quarterback. You dig what I'm saying, bro? It's the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that guy. So therefore, it's like I don't trust Washington fans. I'm with you though. If you're going to come to any game, if you're a Washington fan, if you're going to sell out anything, this is the game to sell out. That's the game to sell out. If you don't show up for that game, I don't know what you're going to show up for real. I have no idea what you're going to show up for.
And it's not about money in this case, right? If
It's
you're a
not.
real fan, because I know in the past people are like, I'm selling my tickets. Why not? If I can make some money off of it, why not do it? But in this case,
Yeah.
you need to get behind your team. And
Yeah.
I just feel as though the division is so winnable if you get this game.
It is.
It's already in
It
sight.
is.
But then you can put
It's
your
there.
grasp on it. It's there for the
Bruh.
taking. Go for it. You guarantee yourself a
Yes.
home playoff game. Remember the
Why
2012
not?
that Seattle game. Remember what FedEx looked like until number 10, as you just called
Yeah.
him, got hurt. That stadium was full of energy in that playoff game, and you earned that because
Yes.
you went on that late season
Yes.
run and you
Agree,
won your
bro.
division. Do it again this season. You said it. They're winnable games. I ain't gonna lie, Dak Prescott and those receivers scared the heck out of me. However, if you can get that push, get some pressure on Dak, make him uncomfortable, anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, they scared their receivers. They got talent. I mean, they got Pollard, who out of backfield, who's just dynamic. They got obviously, Amari Cooper, Gallup. You got Lamb. But if you do what you've been doing, they won't be on the field that long.
So Glenn said that
They won't be on the
this game
field.
may be flexed. Yeah.
I think Glenn's right, and
Yeah.
I would rather it be 425 because I think Washington fans are better
Me
at
too.
showing up at 1 and 425 than they are at 830 because you know how it is. A lot of people working in the government the next day, and they don't want to go to that game. You're not getting home until whatever the heck it is. Because I've had that experience, and y'all have had too that experience of night games in FedEx. It's not pleasant, but I think Glenn Thomas is right because the Sunday night game right now is Packers Bears, and that's a dog. There's no way that's going to be the Sunday night game next week. So
yeah, Sunday night.
I think it's
huge.
I think
Right.
Washington is going to. I think Washington is going to be flexed there. I would rather it be 425 because to me that's Cowboys Washington traditional 425.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Game Sunday afternoon.
Old school.
That's the traditional thing. And the thing is, I think the fans would really show up there because I'm with you. The typical thing to happen, and the last time it didn't happen was 2012. There'll be 30,000 dadgum Cowboys fans in that stadium, and Washington's gonna have to use a silent count sometimes because that's how many of them get in there. And if it's Sunday night, I'm worried that's what's gonna happen again.
Quick question.
Well, if it's Sunday night, I think Sunday night would be all right. I mean, we good for me. I can go to church and everything. So it could be they can. I think Sunday night would work out. I think fans will come for a Sunday night game. People like they like going to primetime games. I think that would work. It's a nice little streak on primetime games. So,
He does. I gotta give you credit on that. But quick question. So if you lose this Dallas game at home, is it automatic now that they're going to sweep you this season? Do you think that's the case?
I'm not going to say that. Just for the rivalry, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that because Washington's gone down there and won with some terrible teams. Like when they went down there and won with Colt McCoy on Monday night and probably cost Dallas the Super Bowl. That team was terrible. Won 4 or 5 games.
True.
And it's the nature of the rivalry. You never know when some screwball thing's going to happen in this rivalry. Either way.
Mark Brunell to Santana Moss back to back.
That's the ball timer.
That is it.
Yeah. That was it, man.
Washington football is back.
That's perfect.
Euphoria is back. The Wizards are now losing. It's like this bad karma when Washington football wins. Everybody else lose.
It can happen at the same time. Not at the same time, though, bro. Not at the same time.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're
what
right.
I'm saying? But I think it's good. I think the fan base is hyped and doped up. This is good. This has been a good. I mean, it's a heart attack Sunday, obviously, but it's definitely So you're on the other side of it. You're like it's like you can exhale type of thing, and now you feel good about your life because this happened. If you're a Washington football team fan, but I'm interested. Like George, I asked Ray this question about this game. If you were Coach Rivera, it's 4th-and-1. The situation is like unknown. No one knows what Johnson can really do. Would you win for it?
And it's because it's not even that. It's not even that I don't have any confidence in Johnson necessarily. I don't want the Raiders to get the ball back. I want to get a first down, try to get another 10 yards so that it's more makeable field goal. Get them to use their timeouts, run this clock off, and win the game. it's fourth and like a half a foot maybe. You got Heineke, who's not a tiny quarterback. Just sneak it, and then you can make them use up the last of their timeouts, and hopefully get another 10, 15 yards to make it an easier field goal. But fair play to Johnson making that kick, because I was not confident at all. And the way it started out, I thought that sucker was gonna leak wide right, and it just got in there. Holy mackerel. But I was on for it because I don't want the Raiders to get the ball back. I do not want the Raiders to get the ball back. Not the way they've been moving it on us in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So what do you do now? I mean, what do you do with the kicking situation if a slide gets healthy? This dude just made a clutch kick. Like what? Like how do you go about that? Like do you stick with Johnson because
I'd stick with him. He's just made a 48-yard game-winning field goal in the last minute. I think it'd be and he's 9 for 9. And that's the other thing. I didn't realize he kicked for the Saints earlier in the year. I had no idea about that. So he's 9 for 9 for field goals, and he's not coming off an injury. So until he misses, as far as I'm concerned, roll with him.
George, I don't know about your social media, just going back to what we were discussing real quick. Washington football team fans showed up in Vegas this week. They were out there.
They did, bro. They were out there.
If you're going to travel to Vegas, you can travel to Landover. So
but it's different. I'll tell you what.
Go ahead. Exactly.
Ray, you got to understand, and you know this. Going to FedEx is hell. I hate going. I'm the grandson. I'm the grandson of season ticket holders over 40-some years, and they had season tickets. And I went, and I got sick of it because it was so bad, and the team wasn't worth going to see. I couldn't do it anymore. That Monday night against Pittsburgh, when Leftwich lit us up, that was the last straw. I didn't get back to Richmond. I was living in Richmond then. I didn't get back to Richmond until 4 a.m., and I'm like, that's it. I can't do it no more. Vegas, that's a beautiful stadium. Tampa, you should see in Tampa, and I know because I've been there a bunch of times. When Washington comes to Tampa, there is burgundy and gold everywhere because it's easy to get to. It's a nice stadium. It's nice weather in Tampa. Usually when the game, we never lack people in Tampa when there's a game down there. It's the same was true when the Caps play at the Lightning. You always see red sweaters everywhere. So there's a reason people travel because who the hell wants to go to FedEx Field? Nobody wants to go there. That's why they got to get whatever's going on. Dan Snyder, Muriel Bowser, figure it out. Get this stadium deal done at New York Avenue or wherever the heck it is, and get out of that horrible place in Landover and get back to being in the center of the region, near a metro stop, because nobody wants to go to, especially if it's a night game. If it's a night game, I'm telling you, people are going to be putting them tickets up and getting 4 figures because people are going to be wanting to go. The Cowboys fans going to be wanting to go. I don't blame them for going to Vegas and not going to FedEx because who the hell wants to go to FedEx?
Oh, man.
But Ray, we're talking about Vegas, though. It's real talk, bro.
Yeah.
People talking about Vegas in the summer. They wanted to make it like everybody was talking about Vegas like a trip.
I don't care about Vegas. We talking about Delta, Omicron, Lambda, all these variants. You're going to travel. You're going to wear a mask. You're going to risk everything to get on the plane to sit next to the dude that's
Omicron, Delta.
You're going to take a plane like, dude, no, sir. Listen.
I'm vaccinated. I don't care. I don't care about no Omicron virus. I am double vaccinated, thank you.
You didn't
go to a football and go to a political show, right? I'd do that too.
I'm just saying, what's more convenient? I don't care.
Tomorrow anyway. Don't be doing that though, bro.
I don't care how lit Vegas is.
It's lit, right?
People
was going there for a party. Look, man, I was gonna go to Vegas, but then this team started playing like crap, and I was like, I ain't doing it. But then, so I was like, the folks kept hitting me up like, are you still going to Vegas? Like, nah, they playing like garbage. I don't want to go. Then they were like, man, forget that. It's the party. We gonna party. I was like, oh, so you're going to Vegas? That's what it is. Folks want to get together and party. They don't care about they ain't care. Listen, they ain't care. They don't care.
We need the old
That's what it is. Vegas is a different monster.
The old NFC East needs to come back. Like Veteran Stadium was a dump, but hey, Philly fans acted out, and they would jump you if you acted stupid. Washington fans don't have no heart, man. Y'all so fair weather, man. It's ridiculous.
Ray,
I can't, man. I need
I don't want the old veteran stadiums back because all them Washington players that got hurt, the body bag game and all that. I don't want to read them back.
No, we got hurt a lot. No, he real talk. He's right.
That was the worst turf. Keith Byers,
it was horrible.
Their own people got hurt. Some careers ended on Veteran Stadium field.
So
No
that
doubt.
Randall Cunningham was screwed on that stadium. So true. So true. So true. That's
Good stuff, fellas. See
you ain't
how
lying.
much better
So
our
George,
Joes
I mean,
are when they're winning, Wole?
before we I know, Ray, you ain't lying. So before we end the show, George, how upbeat are you though about this Cowboys game?
Scale of 1 to 10, George.
It's kind of still restrained optimism because I know this. We can't win a shootout with them. We cannot win a shootout with them because, look, say what you want. Dak Prescott this year, he ain't going to get the MVP, but when you consider how he's coming off that injury, for him to perform like he has been remarkable. And they got great receivers all over the place. I know their offensive line's beat up, and I know there's all this stuff about who's better, Elliott or Pollard. They have got weapons everywhere, and we don't have. And we're getting better maybe as an offense, but we don't have that kind of artillery. So, again, our margin for error is thin. We've got to do what we've been doing, which is win the time of possession, run the football, keep the offense off the field, be fresh for the fourth quarter, and that's just the way it is. And so it's like I'm not getting all the way out over my skis on this. I think we can run the football on them, and more importantly, we have to because they're supposed to get Gregory back. They're supposed to get Lawrence back. That front four, and then you throw Micah Parsons in there. Taylor Heineke's better be ready to run next week, brother. He better be ready to get out of that pocket and get into space because we're not going to be able to block them guys consistently. I just don't believe that. So it's tough. I can't say today for sure that I think they're going to win, but they at least got a chance, and I wouldn't have given them a chance. A month ago, I would have given them no chance in either Dallas game a month ago.
You got to love the fight, though. Eric Flowers, even though he's trying to fight for no reason because nothing happened to Heineke. But
I know he was angry.
Like these brothers, Wole, this is what we've been asking for. I love the Draymond Green guys. I love the fiery dudes, man. I'm here for it. Like protect your people, protect your teammates, man. So I'm down for it. I think the team is showing fight, and right now, whether the fans show up or not, this team believes in themselves. They believe in number 4, and that's all that matters. And they believe in the coaching staff again. After Ron almost blew it, talking about, I wish we didn't make the playoffs. Are you gonna wish we don't make it this year, son?
Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
No, hey, we're going to end the show on that note because, Ray, we can go a whole different way with that one. Hey, George, man, we appreciate you jumping on, man. We do appreciate you.
Of course.
Thanks for letting me on. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. Hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. Search All Burgundy and Gold, everything with the Urban Sports Team. Also, tweet us at Urban Sports Scene and hit us up on our Urban Sports Scene Facebook page. Hey, appreciate everybody for tuning in. We got a W. You know what's up now? We want Dallas. Anyway, you've been listening to All Everything with the Urban Sports Scene on Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM, and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia.
Heineke is like Roman right now. The bloodline, baby. Antonio Gibson. Let's go.
Oh, okay, the bloodline. Hey, you dig? This is ain't gonna lead us out big, homie. Peace.